Hey there, pond prowler people. I have gotten way too many concerning questions about my outboard. And based on, what they've said in their questions, they've already bought a 6 horsepower or a 5 or a 4. It's all the same thing. It's all the same platform. You can actually buy a 4, save a few bucks, pay an extra $100, and save a few dollars on the motor itself, and then spend an extra $100 and get a new carburetor. It's the only difference between a 4, a 5, and a 6 is the carburetor. But anyway, that being said, there are some of my subscribers, and I really feel bad for them, that they've gone out and either bought a used outboard or a new one, which is even worse. They paid retail for something. They'll never get that retail price back if they go to sell it. So that sucks. What I'm finding is that people are assuming that this transom, this height, is calling for a short shaft because, it's a small boat. So people just think, get the short shaft. It's like a dinghy. It's like an inflatable. It is not, people. And I wanted to put this video out, even though it's not very well organized, because I feel bad for those few people I've talked to already that said that they've bought a short shaft and they needed a long shaft. So if you buy a short shaft, it's going to ventilate. So that puts this ventilation plate, I know everybody likes to call it a cavitation plate, but that is a ventilation plate. Cavitation is the explosion of the air or the water off the edge of the prop. So that is cavitation. When it sucks air to the prop, that's ventilation. So just think of ventilation, air, ventilation, like your air conditioner. So anyhow, I have a long shaft. This was originally a Sail Pro Tohatsu. It used to have an elephant ear prop, which was good, but it was beat up, so I swapped it. And it actually used to have 12-volt capabilities. It used to have an actual little alternator in there, or not an alternator, a generator, I guess they'd call it. Some of that was taken off. When I bought it, I tried to replace it, didn't do it. I don't need 12-volt charging. So I guess, that as a side note, if you get the Tohatsu Sail Pro, you will get the long shaft, the 20-inch shaft, and you'll get 12-volt charging capabilities. So if you got 12-volt accessories like nav lights, fish finders, and the things we have on our pond prowlers, then you will have 12 volts. You don't need to, well, it'll only work though if it's working, if it's running, so consider that. Anyhow, back to what I was saying. If you don't get the long shaft, this is what happens. That does not sit below the bottom of the boat. It'll sit right about there, which is not good. If it sits there, it's not going to be as deep in the water, and it's going to be able to ventilate, so it's going to suck air easier. So while it will work, especially if you're a heavier guy or you're constantly carrying 2 people, it will work, but the second you try to get up on plane, it will not, because plane is right about at this part right here, not this part, this part. So you want the ventilation plate to be below this spot, as on a long shaft it is. On a short shaft it would be right about here. So if you ever want to get up on plane, you will not. It will ventilate before you get up on plane, and you'll have a lot of high revving issues, and it'll go wah 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 wah. That was me. That's pretty good sounds, right? Right. So anyway, so that being said, I wanted to throw this this video out there and just let you know if you're planning on doing this, whether it's a 3.5, 2.5, a 6, or a 9.9, make sure, especially if it's a 9.9, if you got something big on this because you're utilizing this, oh, take that. You're utilizing this brace here that I showed you how to make, this probably would handle a 9.9, and that would make this pond prowler, well, pretty much a pond racer, but it would get up on plane much easier. And then the second that it gets up on plane, this spot right here is lower than this spot right here underneath here. So this will ventilate and you lose traction with your prop, and then you won't go as fast as that 9.9. Oh, please somebody put a 9.9 in one of these things. That would be, oh my gosh, I'd watch that video for sure. I just want to see what happens. So anyhow, you know, let's just up it to a 15. So hopefully this helps you make this decision before you make a purchase like that. So another note, if you didn't get the 6, or, you know, this platform here, if you didn't get the 4, the 5, the 6, and you got the 2.5, the 3.5, I want to say there's a 2 also. All 3 of those have extension kits, and I actually used to have the 3.5. Actually, I had the 2.5, then I had the 3.5, swapped the extension kit, and then I just, I needed this. Okay, stop. Okay, so I had to go to a 6. I was just too fat, and I wanted to go faster and get to the fish and go offshore, because as you guys know, I go miles and miles and miles out in the Pacific Ocean, and well, a 3.5 just wasn't cutting it. I couldn't outrun the waves and things like that. So if you have those, you have an extension kit that you can put on, and it goes right here. You take the lower unit off, slide it down, there's a spacer you put in, then you got to replace the water tube, then you got to replace the drive shaft. It comes as a kit to do all that, and it extends this ventilation plate 5 inches lower. So now it's not a 15, it's a 20. If you guys have one of those, you have the ability to buy the kit. Now the kit, not cheap. It's like it's like $500 for the spacer, the shaft, the extension tube for the water, and the spacer. I think I already said that. But you do have an option. If you bought this, you bought a 4, a 5, or a 6. You do not. So long shaft. So I just grabbed grabbed a scotch, grabbed the camera, and wanted to put this out. Like and subscribe, all the other bullshit, and I'll see you on the next video.